Hello, everyone. As always, thanks for watching. So I had a lovely weekend, but on Thursday or Friday, I had a call with my doctor, and I was a little bit surprised to hear, maybe not so surprised, that she said that my pancreas has stopped producing the enzymes that are required for you to properly digest your food and things like that. So the treatment is that they give you a pill that's actually made up of the pancreas of pigs. Like when they butcher pigs, they do nothing special to get this medicine. When they are actually in the process of making food pigs, they just yank the pancreas out, and I don't know how that goes, but yeah, doesn't sound too kosher though. I wonder what very believing Jews would think about that or whatever. There's probably something saying, if it's for a medicine and something you need for your life, then take it. The other thing about this though is am required to. I'll be taking this medicine for the rest of my life, but I have to make sure that I take these pills 3 times a day or more, and the pills do not work unless I start my, I'm digesting food. So if I'm not eating, I can't just take the pill and then, eat 4 hours later. I need to take it with food. So this is going to be an adventure for me. Yeah, really, really. So they're looking at a bunch of other things, but it sounds bad that my pancreas isn't working well, but it's also, thank God, very treatable, apparently. So I'm going to make some food for my stomach so I can take this pill. And keeping on the pork theme, pork pancreases, I am going to be eating Spam. You love it, you miss it, you can't be without it. Yeah, so I'm good for one of these Spam single things about once or twice every 2 weeks, I would say. And the thing is that these singles are exactly just as much for one serving of Spam. Because if you buy the full cans, and I do that as well, and I have a lot of flavors of it, but if you buy the full cans, you kind of have to deal with, it's a 12-ounce can, and I mean, I guess you could cut some off and stick it in a plastic bag and put it in the refrigerator, but I cook it when I make it, so it might be a better deal for this, but these have been very convenient, these single-use ones. And basically, every time I get one, excuse me, I'm just trying to fix this tripod. Every time I get one, I simply order another one with my Walmart order. So, what we're going to do is and I'm also going to be eating some of the home fries that I made in the video that was last week where I made breakfast in my quest for the best home fries. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to cut this open. We're going to bring the view down to the stove and let you guys see it. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say, though, is people seem to think that Spam is made of every chemical bad thing in the world. Like, it's just like poison in a loaf. So I will say that I think people really don't get that it's very, very few ingredients. The ingredients are pork, obviously, water, salt, some potato starch, some sugar, and some sodium nitrate. That's it. The sodium nitrate is there to keep the mix stable, and I know the cornstarch is there to kind of hold it all together, but I'm telling you, I eat things all the time, sodas and whatever, that have 10 times as much, weird chemicals and names, an ingredient list that goes, that big. So it's actually not bad. And when people look at me and they say something like, oh, hang on, whoa. When they say no one eats that, which is first of all untrue because most of the Pacific Islands all ate Spam for quite a long time. And if you go to Hawaii, it's a delicacy. It's a delicacy in about half the world. A lot of them got used to eating Spam during World War II when America was sending food aid to their allies that would last long and was hearty, and they sent them Spam. So if you look online, you'll see that, there are so many dishes, high-end dishes that they make using this product. And if you go to so many Asian countries, a lot of Latin countries, it's very, very popular. I think it's at its least here in this country, but when people say who eats this, oh my God, who eats this? I say, you've been seeing it in every grocery store you've ever been to your whole life, right? So if no one was eating it, why is it in, every grocery store that you've ever lived in? I mean, you think at some point they'd stop, selling it. All right, let's get to this. The first thing I got to do is cut this bad boy open. I'm going to go to the pan. I am working at getting some video editing software. I'm just trying to decide which one I'm going to buy, and that way I'll be able to help the content in these videos to be a little bit more smooth, cutting out parts that are boring and you don't need to see. And I've actually got some podcasting equipment, which is what I'm going to use for this channel as well as others. All right, here is the single piece of Spam, and that's about all you really need for one meal for sure. And I really, just to be honest with you, I really only eat it for one meal at a time. I don't really sit down and eat, two times a day or anything, or eat the whole eat the whole can or whatever. Okay, so I'm just going to separate this out as if they were long, thin French fries. And I did wash my hands. Sorry, my nails are a little bit big and yucky. All right. So I'm hoping you can see them. Now, you never have to put oil or butter or anything when you're cooking up Spam. What you want to do is this stuff produces its own oil. Trust me, it does. I'm just going to get a paper towel here and rinse my hands off real quick. Alright, so what we're going to need for this is quite easy. It's going to be a single gripper. What do you call them? Tongs. Okay. You see we have big ones there on either end. Yeah, I think we're okay with that. I mean, I could cut it, but I think it's fine. So again, I'm going to turn on the big burner here to about 7, and we're going to get them started cooking them up. It's going to take a minute before they really are ready to roll, so maybe I'll give you guys a break and you don't have to watch my pan heating. Oh, also, the other thing that I didn't tell you guys about, waiting for my Spam to heat up here, but I woke up at like 3 in the morning, and I just could not get back to bed, and that's really early, really early, and I'm going to end up going to bed, so early. So, around 4:30, I actually took a sleeping pill so I could get back to sleep, and didn't work. I mean, I got real tired, but it didn't work. I was up all night, and now I've got this sleeping pill feeling where, all right, they're starting to sizzle now. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can hear it sizzling. I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys, but we're going to also be making the some of the home fried potatoes to go along with this. So it's a little bit of a bigger meal because this is, it's one serving, but it's not substantial enough to be a meal. And they're very specific that they want you to not eat when you're noshing, like eat when you've had, something that is, going to minorly at least fill your stomach. So, first of all, I'm not really a Spam cold eater. I mean, I can, but it is so much better when fried up. And I would say probably it's 80-20. 80% of people, I would imagine, do actually fry their Spam, and about 20% of them, and certainly maybe in Asia and all those places where it's popular, I've seen, they can eat it uncooked. I can eat it uncooked, but I'd really rather not to. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, the Spam is sizzling and popping. And like I said, you never need to use any sort of oil or anything like that with these. I'm going to turn one over and just see how well the browning is. So, okay, it's browned a little bit. I'm going to turn it over and do the other side, because once you've got them sort of lightly browned out, it's very easy to finish them off. But as you can see, they do get like a nice crust on them, a nice cook. I don't know, fry stuff. There we go. And we're gonna take this, and we're gonna move it around. And we're gonna take this and move it around. And we're gonna put this back where it was. And we're gonna center it. I'm gonna get a plate because I know I will need one. Now I'm not going to do the potatoes in the frying pan, although I could. I'm going to put them in the microwave. Alright, so now if you'll notice, it starts cooking a lot faster. There's already now a brownness on both sides, so that's a good sign for me to have to you know, get ready to really stir it up and make sure nothing gets overcooked. Yeah, nice brownness on it. Yep. I'm actually going to lower the heat on the stove right now. And, no, I can't turn on the fan. You guys can't hear me when I have the fan on. Now what I'm trying to do is get this side of it cooking a little bit. I've done it on that one. That one's doing it. This one I don't think is going to do it. And this one is going to do it. And we are very, very close to potting, to plating these. Alright, it's quick. So this one is browned on both sides as well as front and back. Come on. Alright, these are at least golden brown. Some of them are a little bit more than golden brown, but they're perfect. So, let the camera back up again. I don't think you guys are going to be interested in watching me reheat potatoes in the microwave. So I think to have mercy, I'm going to cut it off. I will be doing another video today, and I think I'm going to be making a full tray of stuffed manicotti shells, or maybe lasagna. I have both noodles, but with manicotti, a little bit of meat in that. Actually, I'm going to take the meat out now, and yeah, and fill up the shells. So hopefully you'll see that. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It helps me enormously, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.